Hello guys, welcome back. I can already tell no, Oculus isn't gonna help me. I told Loki I give up and he's like, yeah, it's okay, you don't have to respond. Um, I thought we were going towards help, right? Well, I got the message today and he says, well, have you tried swapping out the headphones? Keep in mind the left one is broken and pops out all the time and I have to put it back in. And don't talk to me about tightening screws, because if those screws were any tighter, you would never get this thing apart again. And he wants me to do that. Wants me to take my Oculus apart again and swap out the headphones so the broken one is on the left side and the other one's on the right side, and that's going to magically fix the audio issue, which even someone of my IQ knows is probably a faulty wire somewhere in the headset, but no. Then they want me to give them my computer logs, which I'm really not comfortable with, because then it'll be my fault, right? It's something in the computer. And I already sent him the sales information, but that wasn't good enough. He wants a screenshot, and I'm thinking, like, why? I just sent you the information. I could go back and get a screenshot, but it doesn't actually prove anything. It's like the same exact information. Um, So I told Loki, I said, I don't think they intend on helping me with this. Oculus service is actually pretty bad about replacing stuff. People have said they've jumped through hoops for like a couple weeks. And then at the end of the week they say, well, it's your fault. You must have damaged the product, and it cost, I think, like headphones alone are like $43 a piece. And so that would be 80 some dollars to get the headphones replaced, and then the wires I think are like 40, so like we're looking at like 120 already. I said, bullshit, we're just not going to replace it. We'll use the VR until it breaks and then we won't have it anymore. And he's like, that's fine with me. We can sometimes try swapping that out on our own, but I said I think they don't want to replace this. I wasn't really comfortable giving him my home shipping address, but or my sales stuff, because I'm like, this is kind of like, one, you're accusing me of having stolen this VR, is what you're accusing me of, or having bought it used. And I could see if I bought it used, you would say, we don't cover it because you're not the original owner. But it's like they're putting up all these barriers. They're notoriously bad about fixing shit. So I told Loki I really don't want the broken left earphone on the right side. I'm actually used to it being on the left side, and I'm left-handed, and the weird thing is it's easier to reach over with my right hand and fix that and pop it back in because I know how to do it. And I said, I just don't want the broken part on my left side. They've asked me to switch them out before, and I'm like, no, I want the broken part on my left side. That's where I'm comfortable with it. Don't hassle me. So no repairs. So I told him, I said, I can't afford, and he agreed. I said, I can't afford it. If I'm going to sink a couple hundred into repairs, I might as well wait until I can get a new headset. So no VR. I mean, it still kind of works and will hobble along for a while, but no VR. And I said, that's the end of buying you new VR games. He goes, I know. I said, I'm just tired. I don't want to jump through any more hoops. I did a couple hours of work last night, IT work, going and updating all this stuff and doing all this other stuff. I jumped through all the hoops he wanted, and he had a new set of hoops for me to jump through. And I said, I'm tired. So I said, what do you want for Father's Day? Because we got up super, super late. I was just exhausted after all that work, with fibromyalgia and that. I'd already worked yesterday. And the gods pushed me to get the garbage out, and I was swearing and cursing them out because I was exhausted. And if you have fibro, you get really super run down, and I was beyond pissed. And then I had a couple hours of IT work to do after that, so I said, no, I'm done jumping through hoops. And part of me wants to be like, well, if I jump through all these more hoops, maybe they'll give me something. I'm like, you're stupid. They won't give you anything. It's probably got to be out of date for one, out of warranty, and I can't afford to repair it. So, well, now I'm kicking myself because I didn't buy that Amazon warranty, which was too much money at the time, but I would have at least had it covered because Amazon would have leaned on them. So, well, what are you gonna do? But I hope you guys are having a good Father's Day. I asked Loki what he wanted for Father's Day. He don't know. So I took him to Steam. He wanted to look. Yes, we got 11 or 12 or 13 games last night. It was a whole ton of games for him because he likes these little 49-cent games. And we got a ton of games for him last night. But he wanted to go look, so we went look, and he was giggling over how bad some of the new games are. And I said, "Do you want to go out? I'm willing to take you out because let's admit it, if they're having rallies at this point with no masks and everything, you know, I said, I have fibro, I'm overweight, I'm over 40. I said, I'm probably going to get it sooner or later, and I am not saying be fatalistic, but I said, I can't hide in the house forever. Do you want to go? Do you want to go out? And he's thinking about it, but it's Father's Day, so we're expecting the DQ will be packed, and probably the gas station too. So he thinks maybe he will want his Father's Day Monday when some people might not be out, or at least so many people might not be out. And it's not a COVID thing. He doesn't seem to like crowds because I don't like them. I'm sure with other people he loves going out to crowded places. But that's about where we are now. We do still have like a tiniest bit of the chicken and gravy left, and we do have a little bit of baked beans and some biscuits, so we might have that. I got, yeah. It's not a cheeseburger. I got burger. Poor baby. Maybe I'll take him for burger. I don't know, but yeah. So we're going to celebrate Father's Day just by staying home and recuperating. But he was kind of mad when he saw that, and I asked him. I said, "Is it fair?" And he says, "Well, it sounds like they're just trying to not replace this because some companies you even bump your hand when you're holding something and they're just about ready to replace it, and other companies." Everything's your fault, do all this stuff. I get it. They don't want to just replace stuff that doesn't need replaced. And if all these steps had fixed something, great. That would have been wonderful. And it is at least not so chronically bad that I'm not going to get a bill for the help, so far as I know. But it's kind of like they get all these hoops for you to jump through, and they don't really intend to replace the product. I wish you would have just said we're not replacing it. It would have saved me a lot of time and aggravation and stress. So, I was hoping there would be some kind of, provision, and they would just replace the set, or at least send out like a new cable and new headphones to see if that worked, because it seems like the visual got fixed. Not gonna do it. So I'm like, you know what? I can't afford to replace this. So that's the end of VR. And I'm just too exhausted, guys, to jump through any more hoops. You can encourage me if you like, but don't expect anything. He wants me to send him computer logs, and by that time, I'm not comfortable because, of course, I have the dinosaur on my desk that is just as old as the VR, and he'll probably go, "Oh, well, it doesn't meet the specs." It damn well met the specs 3 years ago when I bought it. So yeah, it's like out of spec for the newest headsets, but 3 years ago it was exactly what you needed and a lot more money than I could afford. So it's going to be a thing. But we do hope you guys are having good Father's Day. Sorry to go on, but VR was a big part of what we brought you guys. We will still try to bring you guys VR when we can get it to run. But I'm just too tired to go through this. And, it's not worth it to put the repairs into it when we don't know how long this headset itself will last. I told Loki it would be more practical to just wait and wait and wait, maybe get some good fortune and buy a newer headset at one time. But then I'd have to see if my computer even matches the specs for a newer headset. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you later. Bye bye.